They was terrified, Suge Knight. Terrified to death.
If you think the late gangster rapper King Von was feared in the rap industry, wait till you find out what Suge Knight did to the OGs of rap back in the day. Many knew him as the big bad bully of the rap game, who was involved in all sorts of gang crimes, from murder to assault, you name it. But while many rappers in the industry did their best not to cross paths with him, others weren't scared of him, and they weren't scared to show him. Keep watching till the end of this video to see rappers who never feared Suge Knight. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Suge Knight's violent lifestyle. Suge Knight, often known as Sugar Bear, is one of the key figures in the 1990s gangster rap movement's popularity. The former co-founder of Death Row Records is a well-known rule breaker who has always found himself in some of the deadliest crimes in the rap industry's history, including the deaths of Tupac and the notorious B.I.G. But Suge's lifestyle didn't just begin when he entered the rap industry. In fact, coming from the streets of Compton, many won't be surprised that Suge turned out the way he did. He was exposed to the gang lifestyle at a very young age, and it didn't take a while before he was robbing and beating up people. Suge, however, went into the rap industry with this lifestyle, where he bullied his way to the top. Suge terrorized everyone who crossed his path in the industry and paid no mind to age, gender, or race. He bullied everyone, but not all rappers allowed themselves to be bullied by him. Eazy-E. Rapper Eazy-E was born in Compton, just like Suge Knight. Along with fellow rappers Ice Cube, The Doc, DJ Yella, MC Ren, and Dre, Eazy-E co-founded the rap group NWA. The group was signed under the Ruthless record label, which Eazy-E and Jerry Heller co-founded. The controversial group released albums like the famous album Straight Outta Compton. Eazy-E was seen as a major influence on gangster rap, and he dominated the hip-hop industry. But while he was known for his success, he was also known for not bowing down to Suge Knight. Eazy-E was one of the few rappers who weren't shaken by Suge's threats. In fact, word on the street was that Eazy-E had planned to get Suge Knight killed after he caused the downfall of Ruthless Records. Back in the 90s, Eazy-E claimed that Suge tried to destroy Ruthless and NWA by asking Dr. Dre to quit and form his own record company. At the time, Dr. Dre wasn't quite pleased with the financial status of Ruthless, so he decided to call a meeting with Eazy-E, who never showed up because he didn't want Dr. Dre to get out of Ruthless. However, Suge, who wanted Dr. Dre out of the contract so bad, showed up at Eazy-E's office. According to Eazy-E, Suge arrived at his office with an uncompromising team of negotiators, swinging lead pipes and baseball bats. All Suge said to him was, "You're gonna sign this releasing Dre and Doc from Ruthless." Eazy-E said in an interview, "I figured either I'd sign the papers, get my ass kicked, or fight them." Eazy-E signed the contract release forms, and despite a subsequent string of unsuccessful lawsuits, Dr. Dre joined Death Row and made millions for Suge with his multi-platinum solo debut, The Chronic. An already defeated Eazy-E decided to go after Suge's life. Co-founder of Ruthless Records and manager of NWA, Jerry Heller, revealed in an interview that it was him who stopped Eazy-E from taking out a hit on Suge Knight. Recalling the words of Eazy-E, Jerry said, "One day I came into the office," he relayed, "and one of my clients and Eazy were talking, and I said, 'What's going on here?' And Eazy said, 'You know this guy Suge Knight?' And I said, 'Yeah.' He says, 'Well, I'm gonna kill him. This guy's gonna be a problem, and I'm gonna kill him.'" Jerry was, however, able to logically talk Eazy-E out of killing Suge, but in the years to come, he regretted it. Jerry Heller revealed in an interview, "I should have let him kill him. I would have done the world a favor. He would have done it, for sure, by himself." Dr. Dre. When talking about rappers who never flinched about Suge Knight, it's only right to include Dr. Dre. While many think that Dr. Dre never feared Suge Knight because they were friends, that wasn't the case. In fact, Dr. Dre became Suge's worst enemy, with Suge Knight claiming that Dr. Dre tried to kill him. The partnership and short-lived friendship between the two kicked off after Dr. Dre left Ruthless Records to form Death Row Records alongside Suge Knight and other rap OGs in 1991. By 1993, Death Row Records had already signed and worked with big rappers like Snoop Dogg on his debut album Doggy Style, and Tupac Shakur's 1996 All Eyes on Me album. Despite the huge success of Tupac's album for the record label, Dr. Dre still decided to leave Death Row Records to form a solo record label. Of course, it shouldn't be surprising that this was displeasing to Suge Knight. According to Dr. Dre, Tupac's presence in Death Row influenced his decision to leave the record label because they couldn't work together. Trying to escape, Dre left Death Row without any profits or royalties to his name, just to avoid conflict with Suge Knight. After leaving Death Row, Dre created his own label, which was called Aftermath. Although Dre left Death Row Records without any profits, he left with the most important aspect of the company, the master producers. This move had Suge Knight furious, but Dre, who had no fear, paid no mind to Suge's anger or hurt. Suge tried to bully these producers who left with Dr. Dre, but he couldn't get them to return to Death Row. Dre's label started doing so well, and he went on to sign numerous artists, including Eminem and 50 Cent. The success of Dr. Dre's rappers continued to piss off Suge, who couldn't believe Dre could do so much on his own. And with time, it only became evident that Dre largely contributed to the huge success of Death Row, and without him, the label was nothing. 50 Cent. Throughout his career, Suge Knight instilled fear into the hearts of many top rappers, producers, and executives who tried to question his authority. But do you think he would have gotten through to a man who survived 9 gunshot wounds fired at close range? Well, he couldn't. In fact, 50 Cent made history as one of the few rappers to go toe-to-toe with Suge Knight, and to this day, the story continues to be told like a tale. During an interview back in 2022, Detroit rapper Bizarre recalled the details of the day 50 Cent challenged Suge. "It was like a standoff," Bizarre said. "I know it sounds like a made-up movie, but it's really true. We was shooting the In the Club video and somebody said, 'Suge Knight here,' and I was at the bar, gang was there. And they stopped and Suge came in with 30 Mexicans like you said, which is weird. And I just remember Smurf or 50 was like, 'What's up, man? What you want to do?' It turned out that Suge Knight pulled up at 50 Cent's video shoot to intimidate him. 50 Cent was 10 toes ready for Suge's smoke. Literally. After Suge pulled up with 50 Mexicans, he walked up to 50 Cent, looked at him, and took a puff of his cigar and blew it out into 50 Cent's face. The rapper, who wasn't intimidated one bit, stood and watched every move Suge made. All he said to Suge was, "What's up, man? What you gonna do?" Apparently, Suge didn't say a word back to him before walking away. That was the last time Suge Knight ever bothered 50 Cent. That's the end of today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more content. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and leave a comment down below. Thanks.